there guys, and welcome back. It's tool review time, and although it's not really a tool, it's something that most of us use in our shops. On this week's show, I'm going to be reviewing HEPA filters. Most of us have a shop vac in our shops, and we use it for a variety of things, whether it be to clean up the mess in your shop, or some of us use it for our dust collection. It doesn't matter what you use it for. The point is they all have filters, from the crappiest filter right up to the most expensive. They all have a filter. So which one do you get? About 2 months ago, I purchased a HEPA filter from Lee Valley Tools. And HEPA is an acronym. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but what it stands for is High Efficiency Particle Arrestor. And basically, it's supposed to clean your air in your shop or in your home or whatever just a little bit better. In fact, like 97% air cleanliness sort of thing. So my old shop vac filter, which I was getting from Home Depot, it just wasn't cutting it. I'd find that after about a week, 2 weeks of use, moderate to heavy use in the shop, that filter was clogged, and I was losing all suction in my vacuum. And then of course you got to beat the filter out, and then I would try to blow it out with air compressors, and good God, what a mess. It was everywhere. Well, those filters, the blue ones for the HEPA filters from Home Depot, are 35 bucks. And I mean, sure, they do a great job if you're using like for drywall dust or anything like that, but the fact that they clog so quickly is kind of ridiculous. So about 2 months ago, I purchased one from Lee Valley, and it's kind of like a plasticky material. It's still a good HEPA filter, and I haven't lost compression or suction on my shop vac in 2 months, and that seems a little odd to me. So same usage, same materials, but yet for some reason I'm not getting any loss of suction. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity in today's video to take the vacuum apart and find out exactly why. Well, the first thing I want to point out is this is my old filter, and it's one of the blue ones, one of those ones that I spoke about earlier. And these ones mount over top, and then of course you're all familiar, if you have a rigid shop vac, with one of these little nuts that hold it in place. When I first installed the new HEPA filter, I removed this one and I blew it out and vacuumed it or whatever I could, but banged it out and beat it out, and you see that? It's still loaded. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea to do for my video, but either way, holy dust. It's still loaded. I blew this thing out like there was no tomorrow. My compressor was overheating, and it's still full of fine particle dust. And that, of course, really adds to the reduction of the airflow and the reduction of suction that comes from your shop vac. So I'm just going to put this one aside, and we'll have a look at this new one that's in here. Like I said, it's been 2 months of moderate to heavy use, and I'd also like to say that with my shop vac, I use a separator of sorts to get the larger particles out, but I was using that separator with that blue one that I just powder coated my room with here. So we're just going to pull this out, and we can see right off the bat that the mounting already for this is very different. These don't mount with a screw or a nut in the bottom that hold it on. They're a compression fit that squeezes right up to the motor. and it's actually quite a tight fit, and they fit really well. And I'd just like to show you this filter. It's a little dusty, but for 2 months of use, it's not that bad. And if you look at the inside, usually when you look at the inside of the other filters, they are jam-packed in there with stuff. And there's nothing inside of this filter. The story on these is that because of this material that they're made of, which is like a plasticky material, they're less susceptible to dust adhering and sticking into the fins of this filter. And it does have the steel mesh inside, which I'm not quite sure of its purpose, but it sure as heck gives this a lot of rigidity. And like I said, even with this filter like this, that's got a little bit of dust in it there, after 2 months, I still have what seems to be full suction. So at this point in time now, I'm going to take this filter outside. We're going to give it a couple whacks on the ground there to get most of the dust out of it. And I'm going to show you how we go about cleaning this filter. Alright, so here we are outside, and I've got the filter, and we're just going to give it a couple knocks on the soft ground. You don't want to be banging it on concrete. I mean, it's just a filter. You're still going to damage it if you do that. But let's just give it a couple knocks here. And you can see there's still quite a bit of dust in this filter. But it's coming out rather easily. It's not sticking half as much as what it did in the paper filter. So I've given this a couple knocks now to get the majority of the dust out of it. And now we're going to take it over to the garden hose. Alright, so here we are in the backyard. We've got our trusty little garden hose here. And because of the type of material that this is made out of, which is that plasticky type of material, we can actually hose it out. And I know there are those of you out there that claim that you can hose out and wash your paper HEPA filters, and that's great. If that works for you, do it. But for me, paper and water don't mix, and eventually, sure, you might get 2 or 3 washes out of that, but it is eventually going to just deteriorate into absolutely nothing. So, just my opinion. Anyway, let's go ahead and wash this up and see how we make out. Like I said, this is 2 months worth of use here. And I don't know if you can see that. But that's like a brand new filter. So I'm going to go and sit this out in the sun and let it dry. All of the fins are intact. They're all in good shape. Like I said, it's that plasticky kind of material. It looks great. Right back to a brand new filter again with a little bit of a spray from the garden hose. So I'm going to go sit this in the sun and I'll give you my conclusion. Okay, and just like that, the filter is clean. I mean, I didn't speed that video up. I didn't edit it. I was going to kind of speed it and put it in fast forward, but then I thought, why not show in real time how long it really took me to clean out 2 months worth of stuff in that filter. One of the advantages that I can see of cleaning it out with a water hose or water basically is that the dust, the actual dust, when you're blowing out the filter with compressed air, I mean, dust flies everywhere. It's a nightmare, and it's all over your barbecue, and it's all over the grass, and it's just everywhere. But with water, the water helps to keep the dust down, and there really wasn't any dust, as you could probably see in the last segment. That's one advantage. Quick cleanup. It was extremely quick, as you saw. I've never lost any suction in the 2 months, which tells me that even though there was dust in the filter, it still allows full airflow. The other thing about this particular filter is, of course, the size of particle that it filters, which is in a lot of cases with your dust collection and that sort of thing, you are filtering 1 micron. And this HEPA filter from Lee Valley will filter up to 0.3 microns. So that's 3/10 of the size that your other dust collection would filter out. Non-paper means that it can accept the water and the washing, as opposed to the paper filters, which in my opinion, I think they will disintegrate over time. I don't know what to tell you. I kind of like this thing. And there you have it. The HEPA filter from Lee Valley for your shop vac. They carry 2 different models, and you'll have to check to see which one would suit your shop vac best. They retail for $37.50 Canadian, and you might think, holy crap, $37.50 for a filter. It's $3 more than the Home Depot one, and it's reusable over and over and over again. So while your Home Depot one might give out after 3 months of heavy use, this one won't. You just continue to rinse it out. So $3 more for a filter that's going to last years and years and years, or save yourself $3 and spend that $34.50 every 2 to 3 months. Your call. Guys, thanks for watching. I love this filter. It's only been in use for 2 months, but if its performance carries on the way that it has been, I'm sold. I'll be preaching this filter from now to the day that my pulse stops beating. So, judge for yourself. Do what's best for you. Guys, thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you again next week with yet another woodworking video.